Now lie on the floor. Push up, arms over your head. Touch toes, touch toes.
This is our physical fitness program. And incidentally, I've given orders that every one of my artists is to watch this show. And I hope they learn something from it. There's certainly not much exercise in pushing a pencil around or lifting a sheet of paper. As a matter of fact, that's just about the amount of exercise that some of us get these days. What we need right now are a few facts on figures. So let's take a brisk hike over to the world's most famous physical culture center and meet the world-famous proprietor, Professor Ludwig Muscles von Drake.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. First, let me ask you a very personal question. How do you like the show so far? What am I saying? We haven't even started yet. Do you feel physically fit? Are you in shape? Are you a V-man? Or like me, solid, like a pyramid? And you ladies, do you have a desirable hourglass figure? Or have your sands shifted? Are you fit, active, trim? Well, that's the shape I'm in. The trouble is you're getting soft because you don't get enough exercise. After all, you can't sit around all day on your big overstuffed chairs and expect to be fit. Oops. Or even expect to fit the chair for that matter. Anyway, as you can see, a lot of us have problems. It's just that some are bigger than others. In this modern push-button age, most of our work is done by machines. And now they got a machine that does the work for the machines. Yes, sir, times has really changed for man. In the old days, he would wear out his shoes. Now the only thing that he wears out is the seat of his pants. And you women aren't getting enough exercise either. About the only people who use a washboard today is musicians. And you don't use it, you play it.
Oh, I can't make this too emphatic. Washing clothes is automatic. Cooking's easy, it's scientific. Housework too, to be specific. Taking trips is supersonic. Even brains are electronic. We are soft is realistic. We work less is a statistic. Yet eat more, it's catastrophic. No time to be philosophic. Modern living's quite pathetic. It's completely non-athletic. We should be enthusiastic about things that are gymnastic. Come on, you cooks, don't be static. Move around, knock off that fatigue.
Get up on your feet, or muscles will soon be obsolete. Ooh. Well, I don't know what you got out of that, but at least I got some exercise. You know, too many people are in the same shape the world is in. Round. To coin a phrase, it's not the survival of the fattest, it's the survival of the fittest. Of course, it would be a lot easier if it was survival of the fattest, because today, man spends almost all of his time in clubs. Supper clubs, country clubs, nightclubs. Even primitive man had his club, but he had to be in shape to use it. Down through the ages, the first law of nature has always been the survival of the fittest. Quiet! The headlong rush of time through several million years found civilization creeping in, and man's eyes was open to the possibilities of the use of his hands for self-defense. Time sped on in his endless journey for a few more 1,000 years, to the medieval period when men made use of armor as a means of self-protection. Okay, that's your cue, boys. continues on for a few more centuries. Then came the Romantic Age, when chivalry and fair play was introduced. Man has now become a gentleman. A couple of 100 years old boy, and we see man engaged in a crude form of fisticuffs. But due to the utter lack of science, these men could fight for only 75 or 80 rounds. Science marches on. What confidence! What a physique! Science has produced at last the perfect fighting machine. Anyway, you know, it was the ancient Greeks who first scientifically approached the problem of physical fitness. These learned scholars felt that for the mind to be alert, the body had to be in the same shape. In other words, brains and brawn could be mixed. And so it was that over 2,700 years ago, within the shadow of beautiful Mount Olympus, was born an institution known as the Olympic Games. Emblematic of these glorious athletic festivals is the torchbearer, who down through the ages has carried aloft the precious flame to the far corners of the earth. Rome, Egypt, India, China. Through forests and trackless wastes, over mountains and sea, down to the present day, the ritual of the Olympiads demands that this heroic flame shall not become extinguished, but shall be kept burning at all costs, serving as a beacon whose unfailing light shall guide all athletes in fair play and clean sportsmanship, to give them courage and to forever remind them of the brave and the strong whose nerves of steel and cool heads shall keep alive and preserve at any sacrifice this precious spark for posterity, that all mankind shall benefit by the light that never fails. The first Olympic event was foot racing. Therefore, let us briefly analyze the fundamental strides. First, the sprinter. Note the powerful piston-like action of the legs as compared to the long distance. And then that of the marathon runner, whose effortless, untiring stride carries him for amazing distances. And last but not least, the walk. Perhaps the most graceful of all, exacting the perfect coordination of all the muscles of the body. Note the similarity of the walk to a dance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, wait a shake. We're off the track. Track? Oh, yes, track. One of the most spectacular of all track events is the hurdles. Ready, set, go. Nothing can compare to the ease and grace of the hurdles for sheer beauty of motion. The pole vault, with a short run, the pole is planted in the pit. Swing up. Hold it. We are now at the apex of the vertical lift. Notice the position of the legs just coming into the jackknife. Observe the swing of the hips and the knee flexation as the legs progress into their arc preparatory to crossing the bar. Crossing the... You know, that reminds me of a poem by Tennyson. Crossing the bar. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me, and may there be no moaning at the bar when I put out to sea. All right, jump! Oh, yes. From this position, the body arches itself in a graceful glide, clearing the crossbar and settling gently into the sawdust below. Throwing, more than any other event, calls for terrific muscular development, plus height, weight, and mental alertness. The hammer must be swung in a circle until terrific speed is attained. But far from least, the decathlon, a group of 10 events arranged to test the athlete's stamina and prowess. To the victor belongs the spoils. All right. Now, you know we can't all be a big Olympic champ, but you don't have to be a big fat chump either. Of course, you can go on a crash diet. Count your calories all the time. Get polyunsaturated saturated. Take a bunch of reducing pills and starve yourself to death. But if you want to eat like a pig, look like a racehorse, and be strong as an ox, join the Ludwig van Drake Club and work with a dumbbell. Ludwig van D-R-A-K-E. And get this. You don't have to go to my gymnasiums. I'll send one of them to you. You busy businessmen out there can easily set it up in your office. Like this. Hello, JD? Sell 2 million and buy 3. Yes, that's right. Take a letter, Miss Jones. Gentlemen, as of the 14th instant of the 3rd day of the 4th month, here's... But Charlie, this is a matter of high finance. After all, I paid the check for lunch yesterday. Now it's your turn. Of course, your business might go to pot, but so what? You're gonna lose your pot, too. Just think I can deliver this entire setup to you this handy, convenient package for only $999.99 down. Plus, now get this, folks, I will throw in absolutely free my set of Van Drake exercise records. Here's a little sample that'll show what these records can do for you. All right, all you folks out there in Flabby Land, up, up, up.
Now lie on the floor. And over your head. Lie back on your back. Lie on your toes. Go down, go down, go down. Now lie on your side.
Oh, no wonder I was playing it too fast. At 78, that's the size of my waist. 33 is what it should be, and I'm not kidding. There, that's better. Now we do the calisthenics, the exercises.
Now lie on the floor. Push up, push up. Arms over your head. Touch toes, touch toes. Lie flat on your back. Sit up, sit up. Up high on your toes. Squat down, squat down. Now lie on your side. Lift leg, lift leg. Stand up on your head. Do splits, do splits. Now, if you do this every morning, your muscles will really be toned up. I know. They used to laugh when I sat down to play. Now, listen. Maestro Van Drake and his musical muscles. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 10 and 9. 4 out.
Oh, by the way, there are many ways to use your set of dumbbells. But by far the most popular is for paperweights, which leads us to a pile of letters from satisfied club members. Oh, here's a typical testimonial. Let's see what typical has to say. Quote, "Dear Professor, I used to come dragging home from work completely worn out. Nervous, unstrung, weak, and run down. Physically and mentally fatigued. I didn't want to be a spineless, weak-kneed, no-good nincompoop. I wanted to be a spineless, weak-kneed man. Then I saw my opportunity, the doorway to success, to fame, money, fortune, dancing girls. Dancing girls? That's scratched out over there. I joined the Ludwig van Drake Club," he writes. Yes, and to make a long story longer, the Kooky Nut sent me $999.99 down, and I sent him one of my portable gymnasiums. He got bigger muscles, and I got a bigger bank account. Welcome to the membership of the Ludwig van Drake Club. And now for your initiation, the first exercise. A little workout with the barbells. Feet in position. 1, inhale. 2, bend down. 3, flex the knees. 4, grip firmly with both hands. And 5, lift. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. wasn't so bad, was it? No, of course not. Well, so much for exercise number 1. Now, let's just compare ourselves to the chart. We are beginning to fit, aren't we? But enough rest period. Let us continue. Next, we take up the chin-up, or horizontal bar. Place yourself directly under and in the middle of the bar. And now we chin. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, up we go with a 1, 2, 1, 2, up we go. 1, 2, up with a 1, 2, down. With a 1, 2, 1, 2, down. 1, 2, up and we're through. Notice the quick muscular development. That wasn't so hard, was it? But come, let's not dilly-dally. We next try my special cable or chest and shoulder expanders. This is great for developing our latissimus dorsi muscles. One and two, stretch. Wasn't that time well spent? How different we feel. Not tired, but just good old physically fatigued. Another important part of my physical fitness program is the sale of my book on recreational sports. This book is guaranteed to give you muscles all over, not from reading it, from carrying it. Whew. In it is all about all the healthy, invigorating sports known to man. Now let's pick out a good one, like swimming. It'll knock that flab off from all over you. Ah, here it is. Swimming gives you a nice, lean look. After all, how many fat fish have you seen? Anyway, everybody should learn how to swim. Perhaps no one factor has contributed so greatly to the popularity of swimming as this sensible bathing suit. It should not be too daring, yet bold enough to allow freedom of movement. In the privacy and safety of your own home, and with the aid of a piano stool, we learn the basic strokes of swimming. Breathing is of first importance, for after all, we must breathe, mustn't we? Study carefully the synchronized movement of the arms and legs in the overhand or windmill stroke, compared with the sleek glide of the Australian crawl. The side stroke is actually the basic stroke for all advanced methods of swimming. Note the grace and ease of the breaststroke. This is used by pearl divers, lifeguards, frogs, minnows, etc., etc., etc. Should the swimmer become fatigued, it is restful to swim on the back or float. However, this has one disadvantage in that one cannot see where one is going. Having mastered the theories of swimming, let us select some well-guarded, modern bathing resort and try our wings. Water wings, so to speak. First of all, we must learn to dress in the average beach locker. Additional to actual swimming, it is well to remember that as many, if not more, healthful benefits can be derived by relaxing on the warm, dry sand and waxing in the health-giving grace of old song. There is still a few who is foolish enough to eat a hearty meal immediately before going into the water. To avoid the possibility of being stricken with cramps, one should wait at least an hour or more. Cramps, as you know, is muscular contractions which seemingly tie the tendons into knots. In the event that you are seized with these muscular contortions, do not become panic-stricken. Lie perfectly still, always remembering the scientific fact that the human body is lighter than water, therefore making it absolutely impossible to sink. Diving is an exact science and should never be attempted without expert instruction. Therefore, with the aid of the chart, we first learn the correct form and mechanics of diving. Observe how the board is set into motion by the springy step of the approach run, how the crouch is timed to the oscillation of the springboard so as to launch the diver easily into the jackknife, the half gainer, the swan dive, or others too numerous to mention. Now, together with the chart, let us put these theories into actual practice. Only the analytical eye of the slow-motion camera can capture the grace and beauty of diving. We glide smoothly into that masterpiece of motion, the swan dive. It is customary, however, to have the pool filled with water. Surf bathing. morning sun slowly dips into the azure blue of the western sea. With a modicum of reluctancy, we leave this tranquil scene firmly convinced that swimming has many fringe benefits. One of them being, once you have learned to swim, you can safely take up golf. Because you won't have to worry about those water hazards anymore. Say, I'll bet you didn't know that the word golf was derived from the old Anglo-Saxon word flog, which, as any swinger knows, is golf spelled backwards. An obvious choice because of duffers like me who flogging the ball all over the place. Of course, I've written it all down here in my book. 4! That's it, chapter 4, how to play flog. Out in the green open fields where a man can get away from it all. Happily, the golfer chooses his weapon. The modern golfer comes standard equipped with a set of scientifically matched and balanced clubs. A tee is used to support the ball. The interlocking grip is extremely scientific. The club is held loosely between the thumb and the forefinger of the right hand. Place the left hand palm open facing away, then slide the right hand below the left. Now flex the thumb and close the palm while moving the index finger over the lower thumb. Once this grip is mastered, the golfer is in a position to hit the ball, which is the object of the game. The interlocking grip gives the golfer a virtually unbreakable hold on the club. This is a divot caused by an incorrect swing. Now let us analyze the correct swing by reducing the figure to its simplest form. This diagrammatically shows the symmetrical design created by the pattern of action. Note how the golfer completes the stroke with an easy, graceful follow-through. This isn't as easy as it looks. Perfect form requires delicate coordination of the hands, feet, arms, legs, elbows, nose, and mind. And oh yes, always remember, keep your eye on the ball. The putt is the simplest of all strokes. The ball is simply hit from here to here. However, better golfers leave nothing to chance. They consider all of the elements. Wind velocity, humidity, rotation of the earth, time of day, temperature, drift indication, lay of the land, trajectory angle, longitude, latitude, and a bit of mental calculation. Missing a putt is very aggravating. The approach shot or chip to the pin. A ball incorrectly hit is known as a hook, slice, flub, dud, or something which causes the ball to curve in flight and usually results with the ball landing in the rough. The golden rule of golf is to play the ball where it lies. The golfer is sometimes tempted to remove the ball to a slightly better position. This is strictly forbidden. Always play the ball where it lies. Even in a sand trap, the golfer must obey that ironclad rule to play the ball where it lies. This may prove a bit trying at times, but that is why golf is known as a character-building game. To lose one's temper on the golf links denotes a weakness of willpower. Golf develops a man's best qualities. He learns restraint, poise, dignity, and self-reliance. Always play the ball where it lies. Playing the ball where it lies becomes an obsession. Covered the course, we come at last to the 19th hole, where we join our friends in the proverbial bull session that ends a perfect day of golf.
Acquaintance be forgot, and days of old ways.
You know, we Americans are famous for our team sports, like football. Of course, only a few big, brawny kids with muscles can play football. But you folks can get plenty of good, healthy exercise just from watching it. You're getting out in the fresh air, jumping up and down, and cheering. Your lungs get lots of exercise, too. Now, so you don't go jumping up and down and yelling in the wrong places, you gotta know exactly how football is played. And I am exactly the man to show you. After all, I wasn't known as Liverlegs Ludwig for nothing, you know. I could split the uprights from 50 yards away with the old pigskin. All right. How to play football. Football needs special equipment. A college covered with ID, a coliseum or a stadium filled to overflowing with 100,000 rabid, wildly cheering fans, great armies of vendors, managers, mascots, photographers, sports writers, doctors, elaborate brass bands, assorted coaches, old grads like me, scores of Annie Oakleys, and 2 teams resplendent in brilliant uniforms create a riot of color and atmosphere unequaled by any other game on earth. Now, the object of the game is for you to go, and when you take a knife, and they go, and the 4 and 2 teams go together, and then the other one comes to the big, and that is how the game is played. Now the teams line up for the kickoff. The referee blows his whistle, and the game is on. It's a long, high end-over-end kick over the end zone into the arms of Swivel Hip Smith, that great all-American star triple threat scat back. Look at that open field running. He's away and over for a touchdown! Well, it isn't often you see this happen. 105 yards to a touchdown on the opening kickoff. Now here's the try for the extra point, and the kick is good. And the score is 7-0. And here comes Swivel Hip Smith out of the game. Listen to that cheer. The coach is saving Smith. He's not taking any chances with his star player. Back to the game. Taxidermy Tech kicks off to Anthropology A&M, but the ball is fumbled. Yes, now it's Taxidermy Tech's ball. They go into a huddle. The quarterback or the field general looks over the defense and decides which numbers to call. They come quickly out of the huddle. The line shifts into position. The quarterback barks his signals. The backfield shifts. The ball snapped. The quarter fakes it to the halfback. Gives it to the fullback who piles down through center for a gain of 8 yards. That quarterback's a smart boy.
Oh! All right. Signals. 18, 29, 47, 63, 54, 99.
The team is working like a well-oiled machine. It's a double wing back to the right from an unbalanced line. Man in motion. The halfback's got it off tackle and he's smeared for a 9-yard loss. What a dumb quarterback. To the spectator, football may appear rather rough at times, but in reality, it is a character-building game. All right. Taxidermy's ball, 3rd down and 11 to go. The Gradowitz has the ball. He gives it to Gershmansky. There it goes to the right. No, I'm wrong. It's a crisscross, buck around end, double idol, razzle-dazzle, spinner, split back. And he's in the clear. Uh-oh, there's a penalty on the play. It's against Taxidermy Tech. 15 yards for unnecessary roughness. It's 4th down and 26 to go for T&T. The quarterback is worried. The coach radiates confidence. The quarterback decides to kick. It's blocked. No, he got it away. A high spiral. The safety man's under it. He muffed it. It's a loose ball. Number 48's in fast. Butterfinger. Someone's got it. Had it. It's missed again. It's Tech's ball. No, it's A&M's. No, everybody drops it. A free ball over Tech's goal line. But here comes an Anthropology player. He recovers the old pork skin for 6. What a play! The teams line up for the try for the extra point. There's the kick, and it's blocked. Taxidermy Tech receives, and they are nailed on the 25-yard stripe. What's the quarterback going to call? It looks like a pass. It is a pass. He's fading back, cocks his arm, rifles a bullet pass into the flat. It's intercepted by Anthropology. Here's the 40-yard marker, the 30, 20, 10, and he's over for a touchdown. Here's the try for the extra point. It's good. Or is it? Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes? And there's the gun ending the half. Here's one for the books. The officials put their heads together. They reached their decision. And the score at the end of the half, Taxidermy 7 and Anthropology 12 and a half. What a game! Oh, boy! You know, after all, a spectator can only take so much. So that's why they put in halftime, to give them a chance to rest and store up some energy. And you can eat all kinds of fattening foods. Because after all, you're gonna wear it all off during the second half. Behind the scenes, the players relax too, while the coach, who is a master of psychology, points out their weaknesses. To prevent overconfidence, he shames them. A man of many moods, now threatening, now pleading, a saint, a devil. He has very subtle ways of appealing to their sympathy. Back on the field, the second half is about to start. Smith goes in. Listen to that cheer. There's the kick. Swivel Hips is under it. A host of anthropologists close in, but he breaks away. 10, 20, 30. Look at him go. He's in the clear. 90, 95, and he's over for a... Woo! He's hit, and hit hard. This is a real blow to the coach. They're taking Smith out. A tough break for the team. They're working on Swivel Hip Smith. Tack is snowed under by a wave of tacklers. The coach is feverishly trying to revive Smith. Time is running out, and taxidermy is up against a stone wall. Desperately, they work on old Swift. Only time for one more play. Look, it's Smith on his feet. He's going in. The crowd goes wild. Here's the play. Smith's got the ball and he's away. Look at that blocking. Smith reverses his field. They're clearing the way. Not a man on his feet. Smith cuts back. The crowd is hysterical. It's Smith tight-roping down the sidelines. Smith breaks into the clear. Team is fired up. And here comes a tackler. Smith's tired. The A&M man is gaining. He leaves his feet. Look out! Look! And there's the final gun. And Smith wins for taxidermy tack by half a point. Yes, as you can see, football is a great sport to keep everybody physically fit. Everybody, that is, except the coach.